Hi, welcome. Today I'm going to answer a question I think will be helpful to many people. It was left in the comments. If you're new to this channel, my name's Jeanette Sizikowski, your go-to Feng Shui consultant. Daily, I work with the motivated, the successful, and the inspired to use Feng Shui in their spaces so they go from stuck state to flow state. And maybe you've heard me mention, well, if you're new to this channel, then maybe you haven't watched any of the videos, but I mentioned that you can always leave me questions in the comments. I answer you personally, and I'll answer you in the comments, or if it's a question I think will really help a lot of people, I might just make a whole video about it. Today, I'm answering one of those questions that I think will be helpful to a lot of people to know the answer of. So let's get into it. We have another question here. Today's question is from Pinky9875. Hi, I get so confused about determining the period of a home. Let's say it's a period 5 home, and you move in period 8. So which one is right? And does the original energies from period 5 linger, specifically the middle numbers? This is a really good question, and this one is going to get you a lot of mixed answers, but all I can do is share with you how I handle it, how I work with it, how I do it, how I share it with my clients, and what I do for me. I'm living a pretty good life. My clients are pretty happy with their results. So I like this way, but yeah, there's different consultants that do it differently. To answer the question, I can give you an exact personal experience. Many of you know I'm living in my grandmother's home to renovate it, update it, upgrade it, fix it up. And her home is a period 5 home, and I moved in period 8. So of course, before moving in, I ran both charts. I created charts for both of them. So if you guys don't know, at home, the energy, the combinations, these charts will tell you a whole story. It'll tell you if you'll make a lot of money, if you'll argue with your spouse, if you'll travel a lot, if you're clumsy, if you'll have health issues. So I looked at each one and said, what was my grandmother's experience? Does this generally seem to be the influence? Does this seem to be the influence? Or was she experiencing more of these things? And then I kind of leaned one way, and then I moved in and thought, okay, before I do anything, before I make any major changes, I'm kind of just going to stay here for 30 days and see, am I feeling more of this chart, period 8, or am I experiencing more of what period 5 chart says I'll experience? And that's my recommendation. Before you knock down any walls, do any major renovations, paint anything major, do anything extreme, live in it. See which one. It will be obvious. It will be very obvious which one it is. You will know, am I living in a period 5 home? Am I living in a period 8 home? Because of the other combinations happening in the other directions. Before you do anything big or put in a lot of money into that home, I would just hire a consultant. I'm up for grabs. I would just hire, before you have a major surgery, you ask a couple doctors their opinion and their advice before you invest in a surgery, right? Before you invest in the surgery of your house, knocking down walls, a lot of furniture, paint, hire a professional who reads these charts all the time, and they will be able to give you the confidence and the clarity on which one it is. If you can't, or if you don't want to hire somebody to clarify it for you, then live in the home for a while and you'll be able to feel which chart that it is. The other way that this changes up is if the home is very clearly renovated. So in this case, this period 5 home, it's a lot of the original stuff, original walls, original fireplace. I mean, down to the original appliances when I first moved in. So it is still very clearly an period 5 house. But there's been clients of mine who the home is period 5, period 6, period 7, and they moved in and it was like somebody flipped the house. So they painted everything white. They got all new windows. They got a new roof. They redid the floors. And then the client moved in period 8. And it's very obvious that the guts have been removed and the age of the home has changed. But even then, I start to say, okay, live in this house for a little bit. And are you experiencing more of this? Or are you experiencing more of this? And I still confirm. Because it is really hard to change the original energy of the original house if the house hasn't just been flat out knocked down. But it's not crazy to get different energy. It has happened where a client has moved into a house that's been flipped. And so it is giving more period 8 energy. To keep it simple, I know now we're 6 minutes in, but to keep it simple, Just, I would say, go with the base. Go with the original build date unless it's very clearly, obviously been renovated, new windows, new doors, walls reconfigured. But for the most part, a home holds on to its original birth date and its original energy and period date. Thank you for your question. If you guys have any other questions, comment them below. I personally answer them one-on-one. If it's a really good question I know a lot of people want an answer to, sometimes I'll make a whole video about it. Like this video, comment below, share the video, subscribe. It really helps spread the word of this channel, and I'm just hugely grateful when you share this. Thank you, thank you. I will see you in the next one.